God, if I'm going back to church, God has now exposed people for what they are. He is. He's exposing people for what they are. We're not talking about people who have to work on Sundays. We're not talking about those people. We're talking about people who know what God has done for them, and they still choose, you know what, I can't go. I ain't doing it. No. Give God everything you can while you can. So it would never be said, when you get up in that white throne judgment, where he say, depart from me, I never even knew you. I can't know you if you don't come to my house. If I invite you to my house and you don't show up, I don't know who you are. Now you want to show up into the kingdom, but don't want to show up to the house. It's the truth. And I will not change this truth for nobody. I love everybody, but I will not change the message that God gives me for what somebody else feels. I am who God told me to be, and I want to see everybody saved. And if you love people, you would tell the truth. Am I talking to anybody? Tell the truth. We're going to Luke chapter 15. I got to go. I got these few more minutes before Sister Gwen walk out of here. I'm just messing with you. Listen, I can still be saved. Listen, we can be saved and still have a good time. I done preached this word. I done said what God had me to say. And I ain't got to be deep and non-spiritual and, you know, and what God is saying. I don't have to have now a new accent because I'm a man of God. And bro, I'm from 8 Mile. I'm from 8 Mile. I don't talk like that. I don't talk like I'm from Nigeria, or I don't talk from, y'all know people be, and when God begins to, what is it, God? I don't talk like that. I say God. Ain't nobody talking to me. I see you back there laughing, Rachel. Cut it out. Watch this. Luke chapter 15. And then we're going to finish this. Somebody tell your neighbor, we talked about coming back home last week. Now we're going to talk about staying in the house this week. We're going to go here. Verse 21. Luke chapter 15, verse 21. This is the continuation of the prodigal son coming back home. And it says this, and the son said unto him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and in thy sight, and am no more worthy to be called thy son. But the father said to the servants, bring forth the best robe and put it on him, and put a ring on his hand and shoes on his feet, and bring hither the fatted calf and kill it, and let us all eat together. And then let us all be merry together. For this is my son who was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found. And they all began to be merry. Watch this. Now, we ain't gonna, somebody say it's time to talk about the other son. It's time to talk about the Now his elder son was in the field. And as he came and drew nigh to the house, he heard all this music and he heard all this dancing. And he called one of the servants and asked, what is this going on up here? Who got a party that's happening? What's happening over here? Asked what these things meant. And he said unto him, thy brother is come home, and thy father had killed the fatted calf, because he had received him safe and sound. This is where the problem is. The other son began to be angry. Somebody say, he began to be angry. And he was angry and would not go in. Therefore his father came out and entreated him. And he said, he answering said to his father, I've been with you all these years, and I do serve you. Talk to me, somebody. Somebody say, you don't have to be a crackhead You don't have to be promiscuous in your sexuality. You don't have to do any of that stuff. You can still stay in the house. He said, I've been serving you for a long time, because I know church people who act like that the other son was of the devil. He wasn't of the devil. I've been here. I've been serving you. I'm going to talk to some people, because a lot of us, we get a bad rep when it look like the evil person get it. The good people who stay put seem to be suffering from it. Don't you? We got the future judge in the house. And she experienced some stuff. She put all she could into it, and it looked like people who don't even have to put no signs up, didn't have to do nothing. They just won, because it's political. It's certain things that people, y'all not going to talk to them. I did everything I was supposed to do. Have y'all feel like that? Have y'all ever felt like I did everything I'm supposed to do and I'm still suffering, and then I'm looking over here and they done robbed everybody, they did this, and it looked like they prosperous? Have y'all ever been angry? Okay, I'm just gonna tell you. Because see, we look at the other son and you don't get the picture of what he felt like. I'm here. You gave me my inheritance. I didn't spend it. I didn't go sleeping with all these women. Somebody say, I'm the other son. I know some of y'all might not say that, but it's okay. Some of y'all might have been the prodigal son. But some of us is the other son that said, I'm not doing all that. I'm not trying to rob nobody or nothing. And I'm looking at all these people flip-flopping, living any type of way. They up there preaching the gospel. Their churches are booming. Sleeping with all the women in the church. Their churches are booming. Y'all not going to talk to me? Look like everybody else is prospering except the one who's trying to just preach the truth. Tell somebody, I'm the other son. I'm going somewhere. He said, all these years I've been serving you. I neither transgressed I at any time thy commandment, and yet thou never gave me food. You never gave me a baby calf to kill and let's eat. You never celebrated me that I might make merry with my friends. So y'all not going to talk to me. But as soon as thy son come back, he didn't even say my brother. That's why we got to be careful of how we handle what we believe that God is punishing us from. We have to learn how to handle and say, you know what, God, I ask you to bless them too. I make merry with my friends, but as soon as he come back, as soon as thy son come, which had devoured thy living with harlots, and thou hast killed for him the fatted calf, and he said unto him, son, this is what I love about it, because the Father knows all. He says, son, thou art ever with me, and all that I have is yours. See, y'all don't understand. There's a reward for staying faithful to God. Stop tripping. Scream out, stop tripping. Stop tripping. I don't see it. I ain't never got enough money. I ain't see it. That's because you're spending your money like the other son. On your own self, and you're not giving to God what's due his. So you only get a fatted calf. He told him, all that I have is already yours. All that I have is thine. It was meet that we should make merry and be glad, for your brother was dead. His mind, everything was finished. His sinful ways, his sinful nature have caused him to lose everything. And he is alive again, and was lost and is found. Let's celebrate him. Let's not be envious of people who look like they prosper while they so wicked. You celebrate them and you say, Lord, thank God that they came back home. Tell somebody, I am the other son. You all may be seated. It's always easy for us to blame other things and other people for what we won't do. Some things, when I first got into the church and pastoring and all of those things, I remember watching certain TV things that my mom and my dad would watch. And I was older at this time, y'all, so please don't hold this against me. But they'd be watching these preachers on TV and send me $100 for this bottle of water and this and that. And I was that dude, like, I can't wait. I was dibble-dabbling in the streets because I couldn't stand the church because I saw what they did to my father. I saw what people did to my father. I saw my father bail people out of jail. And yet still those people left him. Made him feel like he was not anything. And I would still see him when he run into him say, hey, how you doing? God bless you. And I'd be like, that ain't cool. I want to go to him and say, that ain't cool the way y'all did my dad. That ain't cool the way y'all did him. I seen all type of stuff. And so when I would see that stuff, I'd be talking and you know, I would come over to their house. I had my own spot. So what y'all watching this for? And they said, boy, you better watch what you, I said, I don't like that. I said, when God called me to it, I'm about to shut all this junk down. Because I had this mentality.